Make sure this microphone is on. Welcome, everyone. My name is Butterscud, the neighborhood thug, coming at you live from North Virginia, where we'll be talking about certain situations, man, that I think are pertinent right now. Let's get right to it. Let's talk about this Ebony K Williams situation. I keep hearing about her turning down bus drivers and what that means to us as black folks. Been thinking about this situation, man. I've been contemplating it, letting my mind soak it all in and float in and out of the situation. And I'm gonna have to. All right, let's dive into it. Us as black folks, we have a problem with two things to me that we don't handle real well, and some things that we struggle with because we don't really understand, because it could be a psychological thing that comes back from our past, like slavery and Jim Crow and, convict leasing, stuff like that, man, sharecropping. And there's things that we don't understand because we on this keep it real thing. So I say to myself, black folks struggle with sarcasm and boredom. Yeah, I know that sounds like it's weird, but take my hand, walk with me on this, right? The reason I feel Ebony K Williams can't handle living or dealing with a bus driver is because she would find that man boring. She would find his lifestyle to be wanton and mundane every day. And that's a shame, but it's true. A lot of our women will not mess with you if she don't feel the excitement in what you do. I feel as though a lot of our women want perpetual boyfriends instead of husbands and caretakers. They want to be constantly entertained. They want to be taken on trips, unnecessary trips, and they want to be done. They want to be treated like queens, but they don't realize that a queen is a servant to the king sometimes. High official. She's a high official. She's a high place in the king's heart, but she's still subservient to the king. You got to have a king to make a queen. So on that end, I feel as though our women get bored, and once that boredom set in, they think that gives them the right or the right to think that I can do and say anything to this guy because he's boring me. He's not fulfilling my needs as far as what I want to do in life and everything like that. So they will talk to you any kind of way. They'll treat you any kind of way. They'll look at you as subservient to them because they're bored with you, because they feel as though your situation is boring to them. I feel as though Ebony K Williams is looking at certain men as, not that they don't make any money, because like you say, bus drivers make a lot of money, plumbers make a lot of money, architects, engineers, they make a lot of money, man. They make more money than a lot of people do. My father was a bus driver. I would say like 10 to 12 years, and it was the best times of his life for real. But I really don't think he wanted to be a bus driver because he didn't feel as though bus driving fulfilled him. It was something that he wanted more. So in that sense, I can understand where you might not want a bus driver, because some bus drivers are not into being bus drivers. That's an ends to a mean for them. back to the women being bored with everything. So that's why I think they pick men that they won't feel that they'll get bored with their occupation, and they push their children into occupations where they think they won't get bored, like actors and athletes, and sometimes high-end lawyers and professors and stuff like that. But 9 times out of 10, they're just picking they're pushing their kids into these certain endeavors because they feel as though I don't want them to get bored with it. When that is not the issue, because certain people find a meaningful life in certain things that a lot of people don't. I've done a lot of different things. I've been street cat, hustled, artist and everything. But inside, sometimes I feel as though I'm a historian. I like history. I like things that happen in history, man. That brings up certain gravitas to the times that we have now. Such as slavery and I've looked into Ottoman empires. I looked into Russian empires. I've looked into the European history and the history of Africans. I find all that intrigues me. So I should have been a history teacher for real. Now that I think about it, but I got into other things, and that's the same. I think that a lot of our people do. We're intrigued with one thing, but we get into other things because we feel as though we'll be bored, or the people around us will be bored with us, because that's all we want to talk about. That's all we want to look into. You know what I'm saying? Some people would love to talk to people like Jay-Z and Warren Buffett and want to talk to rappers and stuff like that. I would love to sit down and talk to a Dr. John Henry Clark. You know what I'm saying? I would love to sit down and talk to a Amos Wilson and learn history about our people and learn psychological views and why we are who we are and what we need to do to be better. Dr. Neely Fuller, all these people intrigue me. And Jay-Z is my favorite rapper, so I would love to talk to him and Al Heyman or something like that. But just to sit around and talk to athletes is fine. Yeah, I talk to them about certain stuff that they may have done on a court or on the football field or something like that. But that's not what intrigues me for real. I mean, I enjoy that, but it would intrigue others. I say that to say this, that I think that on the women's side, they have an issue with boredom and sarcasm. When Ayanna Van Zant asked that lady would she date a bus driver, Ebony K Williams, and she said if you own a bus, she was being sarcastic. She was being witty, and a lot of women think being witty is cool. But you see how her sarcastic remark has come back on her to be, problematic. And it's problematic because she don't realize that we don't need wit and sarcasm. We need truth, facts, and transparency. And she wasn't giving us any with that. Now, I understand why she came with that, but you got to understand that, like you say, black folks don't handle sarcasm properly. We don't know that she was being witty. But see, that's the issue. A lot of our women, they go to school just to be witty. They'll go to college and get a degree just to win arguments about it. And that can be problematic, man. That's an issue, man, that don't nobody want to deal with nobody who your whole purpose in life was to win arguments and debate people all the time about stupid stuff or stuff that don't really mean anything. And you can't get past the debate with somebody. That's why you're alone. That's why you can't be with anyone. You thinking is, yeah, I'm a pretty woman, and yeah, I got all these degrees and all these things that I've accomplished, but don't nobody want to be around me because all I want to do is debate, argue, and second guess. And that's one thing that men can't stand. somebody that's always, that is the issue with the black community right now, is that we can't get on the same page because we're too busy debating and arguing facts or perceived facts to the point where we can't even get along. We can't even go to bed together because we're too busy. We're so mad at each other about certain issues that we want to be right about. Okay? The reason I picked to talk about the women first is because now we need to get to us men. That's where the issue, that's another issue that we have, is that although we may not have been raised in two-parent homes, I was, but a lot of my friends won't, so I can't just put on what I went through. But you got to realize, when you got a choice, man. You got a choice to follow your dreams or to do what the people want you to do and be sheep. Like you say, you might have a bill where you athletically inclined. Once you start playing this sport, you realize, I'm good, but I'm not the greatest at this. So I need to be finding another way of making money, another way of understanding and having an education. So take, for instance, if you wanted to cut grass. And see, this is where the problem where our women don't will find that boring, or will not want to date a cat that cuts grass. However, you a guy, and not only do you cut grass, but you understand how grass grow. You understand what kind of grass is it? Bluegrass? Is it some other kind of switchgrass, or it has a weed in it that has to be taken care of? Has to be killed off before this grass could do this, and what climate certain grasses are in. So you go in and make sure you understand everything it is about lawn care, cutting grass, and certain plants and stuff like that. That, when you're not boring, that's when you're a person that, he's interesting, because I didn't know that bluegrass grew on this certain side of the mountain, or a certain moss is proper for this and keeps bugs away and everything like that. Then you become intriguing. Then your woman finds you more than just a guy that cuts grass. He's a person that understands lawn care to the fullest extent. If you're a plumber, you're not just there to do it so you get a job and you don't do it right. You got to know how deep to run your pipes and what kind of piping. I heard something called Orangeburg piping, where they didn't even use pipe. They used certain kinds of clay and everything like that. All this stuff is something that a true plumber will understand, and people around him will find intriguing, because they be like, he's not just a dude coming over here trying to get $30 an hour as a plumber, $60 an hour as a plumber. He knows plumbing. He knows about certain things that go on in a plumbing community. This makes you intriguing. This makes you, a woman won't get bored with you. Well, your friends won't get bored with you, because you're really about what you're talking about. You're really about that, and you're not just about getting the bag or out here just trying to get money out of people. You understand and work the situation that you're in. Now, if a woman, when I talk to Ebony K Williams situation, I hate to say this, man, it may come off as wrong, but she was on the right track, but with the wrong verbiage, because a man, we should understand and deal with class issues right now. And I'm not talking about just on what Ebony K Williams was talking about. She wouldn't date a bus driver. The thing with me is, if you had a son that was intelligent, smart, and had degrees, would you want him dealing with a female Burger King worker, or a chick that was, doing hair, but just doing that just to get by because she don't want her taxes to be seen and everything like that? Would you want your son to deal with a woman like that? Would you want your son to deal with a ratchet after he done went through all these educational things, or he's become the epitome of an athlete, or a rapper that made a whole lot of money, would you want your son dealing with a young lady you know is not, don't care anything about him, but is superficial and wants his money or the things that he can give them, on some gold digging type stuff. So you got to ask you got to flip this around. And one thing I learned through art is that to know if something is symmetrical and nice and good, it's got to be flipped around on either side so that you can see one side and how it fits and another side and how it fits. So I'm flipping this around on the Ebony K Williams situation. Would you want your son out here dealing with ratchets, and she got cousins that stick up kids and rob and come through your window when you're gone and everything like that? Would you want your son to deal with a young lady that would expose him to stuff like that? I think and I know this sounds crazy, man, and a lot of people may not agree with me, but there should be a class system within the black community. I think that once we got out of slavery, we felt as though we was all together, which we were at times, but we was all together, and that the right thing to do for us was all of us to be one kind of way, or all of us to live and make it through this thing. So as a group, we wanted to be I'm the same as any guy. I heard guys talking about, man, I kick LeBron's ass. He ain't no better than me. Yes, he is. He's better at basketball than you. Or Kanye crazy, man. I do this to Kanye. I do that. You can't do anything. That man's a genius. That man is a intellect. Yet he may have mental issues. Who don't? I've seen a lot of people around here who say intelligent things, but mentally off. Some of the smartest people I've met was in jails and street corners. Smart as a whip, yet couldn't control their emotional outcomes. So you got to understand, man, we're all not the same. There's some people that do better and are better at certain things than other people. So we got to stop this. We got to stop this this detriment thinking that there's not a group of people that should be an upper class and a lower class, because if you are if some of the black folks around us can be upper class, that means we can help the lower and middle classes. But if we all think we the same, we'll have ratchet chicks around our black geniuses, getting them set up, robbed, killed, their money taken away from them through divorce and child support, because we're too busy. We don't think that there's nothing different between us. We don't feel as though the financial echelons that we reach mean anything. So you'll put a billionaire Jay-Z or a billionaire Kanye in front of a hood rich skeezer that all she want to do is nails and hair. Then don't get me wrong, there's some intelligent women that do nails and hair, but then I'll end of that. But then again, it's just some girls that's doing it because they don't want their taxes. They don't want to get taxed. They don't want to be they don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. They want to work when they feel like working, which is that's not an issue either. But then again, it takes away from the work ethic of that person when they can go and do whatever they want at any time. So just think about that. Just think about our women think that they can't deal with certain people because they say they're going to get bored with them. It ain't even really the money, because if she's making $1 million, why does he have to make $1 million? He can make $500,000 and they still don't have to turn in the Benzes or the Lexuses or whatever, or they don't have to move out the houses. It's the problem of it is that she's bored with his ideals. She's bored with his lifestyle. And if you're a bus driver, you gotta say to yourself, what can you do with a chick that all she wants to do is talk about fame, fortune, and getting the bag, and I met this superstar and I met that superstar, and half of them are effeminate, the other half don't have no gravity to them. They just regurgitate the stuff that was told to them to say. But she finds that intriguing. What can you do with somebody like that? Especially when you know the truth. So I don't understand certain things that's going on with certain things they want us to adhere by. Some of these women are on some crazy mess. You men, you don't expand your horizons. You don't see past anything but sports, athletics, and entertainment. You know, there's bigger, better things. Art, like you say, is the blue collar things. Like you say, I got a lot of friends that are longshoremen and stuff like that. And when you're around them, sometimes that's all they talk about. Some of us boring, some of us intriguing, but you got to diverse, even on our end. As men, we gotta embrace diversity. We gotta embrace doing other things and being in other communities that everybody else don't agree with, that everybody else can't find intriguing all the time. Yet, this is what we need. This is why we don't make a lot of money other than sports and entertainment and certain other things, drug dealing and the street game or whatever. We got to understand that all this stuff is a part of us being black men, but there's also scientists out there. You got lawyers out there. You got doctors out there. You got like I said, you got lawn techs out there. You got people out there that, man, there's a whole lot of different things that we could be doing. Whole lot of different things you get intrigued with. You know, building, construction, all this stuff has a purpose in life, and that's something that we should be taking advantage of as far as that. Not to mention that there's money in those things also. It just ain't that Forbes money. It just ain't that money that everybody's gonna know about. You can have the exact same money, but we don't understand venture capitalism. We don't understand that there's people out here, Al Heyman. I looked them up a few days ago. I don't mean to put his business out, man, but they say he went about 15, 20 mil. I know for a fact he's worth more than that. But we as black folks, we would look at him as 15, 20 mil. I mean, don't Lil Uzi Vert make about that much, and you know what I'm saying, and the city girls may have women. You don't understand that they may have it. It may not be liquid though. It may be in debt. It may be in other things and housing and stuff. But it's a lot of different ways to tell people. I mean, for you to make money. So don't just think of it as it's not a way to make money unless you're doing something illegal or entertaining or athletic. So I just wanted to get that point across, man. I just wanted to say a few things about the situation because it was getting kind of weird. You know, I understand the girl was being sarcastic. I understand the woman was superficial in what she said, you know, because at the end of the day, one dude makes 15 million, the other dude makes 15 million. Is only thing is what you intrigued with that dude making $15 million is doing. And same with us men, man. We don't have to do the things that make a woman always think that we just super important and stuff. It's all about the money and what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy cutting grass or driving buses and stuff, do that. And maybe you'll find you, instead of Ebony K Williams, you'll find you a Miss Williams that drives the bus, that enjoys being around you, and y'all can talk about it, laugh and giggle. You know what I'm saying? Ebony K Williams need to be looking for a man that's in what she's doing, and she can and somebody that can understand her plight in life. But then again, if he's doing what she's doing and he's making just amount of more money, why would he want to deal with somebody who don't want you but for your money? Or she tries to figure out what kind of lifestyle you live through your finances. So think about that, young ladies, when you're out here picking men that don't enjoy what they do, or picking men just because they make a certain amount of money. Because like you say, we all have windows where we make a lot of money, and we have times when we don't make a lot of money. And where will you be at when those times come? So I'm just letting you know a few things. It was my call to duty. You see the shirt? I called to duty. I got my jacket on. I might hit these streets, man. Hang out with some of my fellas, man. We're gonna laugh and talk some trash a little bit. So I hope everybody enjoying their Friday. I just wanted to let you know that I hear you, I see you. Go Hard Nation is out here, man. Don't forget about that pimp nature. And I also implore you to like, share, and subscribe to the stuff that we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to make a bigger and better platform for all of us. Please stay engaged a little more, man. You know, you can listen if you can bear to listen to me more than a minute or two. I appreciate it. Like I say, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on TikTok. Me and these shorts, we're not getting along right now, but I'm gonna give you some more shorts because I seem to get a lot of looks when I do that. So I'm hoping everybody have a good time this weekend. Enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.